All right. Now we got the technical difficulties out the way. Once again, good afternoon, Falcons. Friday High Noon Madness, your boy OGBigSam. The franchise will be along momentarily. We may have some more to join as well. But we're gonna get into a few things. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into Falcon fans' inability to not see color, you know, and things or whatnot, seeing as how a lot of their quarterback expectation ratings has a lot of color in it. We're going to get into Dirty Kirk's, effort in, chemistry making, with his unit mates, um, and other sports things, and a few other sports things around the world and whatnot. But let's go on and get it crunk, get it started, get it happening. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me prop something up real quick. Um, you know, wrong one. I'm sorry. You know, people have their opinions and whatnot. That's to be expected. But the common pattern from this fan base has only yielded one thing. See, my grandma told me something about 10 years ago, and it stuck with me. When you're looking for something, when you're trying to understand something, what you do is you eliminate everything that is possible out of the equation, and only the impossible remains. Well, in this equation, you know what I'm saying, you have Falcon fans and their observation or expectations or judgment there is of the quarterback position, being that it's the only position that's on the field, if you let some fans tell it. Um, you know, and I'm just trying to understand here, because people, try to say, and no, this is not generally at you, Anthony, but I'm using that particular comment because a lot of people have said that. Okay, when I see people to say, well, I don't care what ethnicity of it, black, white, brown, blah blah, and all of that. Yeah, okay. If you don't care, why mention it? Why are we making statements about not caring if we don't care? I mean, we've seen it time and time again, and I'm gonna back it up about 4 years. When this entire fan base showed their actually true colors, pun intended. About one Deshaun Watson. Common denominator. He's a little dark, ain't he? And the draft coming, everybody was on the AR-15 train. Anthony Richardson. You know what I'm saying? The previous off season, everybody was on the AAU Jackson train. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Watson, AR-15, MPJ, Jaden Daniels, AAU Jackson have a common denominator. And what is that? I'm quite sure, y'all, it's pretty easy for you to understand and see, those that, if you're like me and got four eyes, you can all see that they're dark by nature, dark by color, dark by skin tones. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and they, have a little track star experience. Why is that? Why is that? It's like, and I'm just generalizing. I'm not speaking about everybody. I'm just saying a lot that I have seen. When you go out of your way to every chance you get, you're saying stuff like Desmond Ritter was the worst quarterback in NFL history. I guarantee if he was dark skinned, y'all would have been saying, you wouldn't be saying none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then the matter of fact, for you to even say that when you got guys like Zach Wilson and Trey Lance that are in the NFL, you want to call Bernard with the good hair the worst quarterback in NFL history? And I mean, just to start there. You know what I'm saying? When guys like Jamarcus Russell and Ryan Leaf exist and Andre Ware, are you kidding me? And then y'all say stuff like that with no context. You don't include the fact you had a jacked up, incomplete coaching staff at that. You had the QB coach playing receivers coach. So let's not act like everything was set up for this man to, actually succeed. But the common denominator in that situation, Bernard with the good hair was my skin tone. And we can't say that the crap don't exist because we watched it for 14 years. We watched it for 14 years. Y'all gave no love. You gave no adulation. You downgraded, dismissed, and belittled any and everything that this man ever did while he was here as an Atlanta Falcon. Y'all were also, most of y'all was really and campaigning. Yeah, we can go get Lamar Jackson. And by my adulation, also known as AAU Jackson. We, a guy that can't read defense. Oh, but he can run though. He dark-skinned though, but he can run. You know what I'm saying? With no ability to negotiate or even keep his mouth closed in the media. Which I wanted that too. You really accept the unacceptable with Deshaun Watson. Everything dark skin that ever remotely possibly was thought to even remotely have a chance to come here. Y'all was ready to sit down, pull the chair up, get your knee pads out, gobble gobble. Gobble gobble. But to sit up here from point one to try to act like Dirty Kirk, aka Kirk Cousins, aka Mr. You Like That, is an afterthought or also ran, that's been in this league for the last 8 years, which is totally false. Help me understand why y'all, QB expectations and ratings have a lot of not even gray area, but dark matter in it. Why is that? Why is that? Help me understand. Let me understand. Because a lot of y'all were totally against even remotely, possibly, when it came across in the little draft process of, J.J. McCarthy, Drake May, Bo Nix, watch the thing now. Everything that I'm naming is not of the darker aspect, which y'all didn't want to be coming over this way. Now we got MPJ in the facility, in the locker room, and already known, and it's already been etched in stone. $90 million said he will be a backup, a learning cat with a clipboard in his hand. And y'all got this boy out here trending every week. Every week. Come on, can somebody put some real intelligence to an excuse, if you will, as to why? As to why? Why? Why is that? Why at the center, at the core, at the heart of the majority of this fan base, you all pretend like you don't know what this conversation is about. You all pretend like what's being pointed at is not a fact. And yes, it is a fact. Because you show it every week, you show it every month, you show it every offseason, every year, in any way possible, especially when it comes to the quarterback position. Help me understand why your bar is a black bar for the quarterback position. Why is that? You got a veteran quarterback. I'm sorry if it irks your world. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings. I am so sorry if it makes your skin crawl that another white man is the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. I am just so sorry if it bothers you that much that Mr. Like That, aka Dirty Kirk, is going to be QB1 for this year and probably the next. I am so sorry So sorry that your itty bitty ditty ditty little pinky toes feelings is in crisis because you can't get around an age old something that you probably ain't even lived through. Some of y'all probably couldn't even spell racism, let alone racial indignation. You know what I'm saying? To be out here and you can always tell which ones it is. Man, and color ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay, well, why can't you say anything of a positive nature? Because there's plenty to say of a positive nature about Dirty Kirk. It's plenty. Because the numbers say so. But then, just like y'all did Matt Ryan. All of his stats are garbage time stats. Really? How you be ranked in the top 10 in damn near every statistical category related to a quarterback, but yet your numbers are relegated to being garbage time stats? Help me understand the reasoning. Because you're running out of excuses as well as time to grow up. You're running out of excuses. The whole flat out situation, this process is laid out. You have a veteran quarterback. It got us in a situation where we can, be trying to win, and fix the situation right now, also as well as develop now. What's so bad about that? What's so hard for you to accept in a process where the young man that y'all put already done crowned, put on a throne, on top of a pedestal, that ain't played not 9 NFL down? But everything he does, it get magnified. He ran a 4.4, almost 4.3 in his little track presentation at the combine. Y'all already had him penciled in as QB1. Then a lot of y'all that can't even see the forest for the trees, especially after what was that, last Friday night? I hope some of y'all went and looked up the word sarcasm and satire in the dictionary. I hope you did. Especially you fake woke folk. Especially some of y'all Minister Farrakhan wannabes. Jesse Jackson impersonators. You know what I'm saying? Poe man's version of John Lewis. Come on, man. Come on. How is it in a game that you played in your due time growing up on the grass in the backyard, that you take and want to turn into a social justice issue? How do you do that? Why would you do that? But then you quick to holler, I don't care what color it is or where they come from. Nah, if that was true, why is your Falcon fans parody and patterns have been the same? Matt, I think what was it Matt's last year or the year before last year here? Coming up on the game, you know what I'm saying, trying to get the city, you know what I'm saying, behind the team. And y'all turned it into a Michael Vick appreciation day. Damn, what was going on with the team? Help me understand. I mean, if we're taking this at the fans of the wrong way, or if we missing a point, help me understand, because the actions are speaking a whole lot louder than anything y'all hit send on. Y'all were willing to accept a gross and negligent, non-caring, no dignity having Deshaun Watson You were willing to accept that. Y'all made all kinds of excuses. We're just talking about accusations. We're talking about 25 accusations, bro. And y'all were willing to accept that. Was you sitting in front of your mama, sister, auntie, cousin, grandmama, fiance, wife, girlfriend, and giving him grace? Was you? But yet, you have no eyesight for a man donating over $45 million of his life works to the city of Atlanta in medical facelifts, in city facelifts for the YMCA, Emory, Eggleston, Atlanta Child Medical Center. But no one talks about any of that. Y'all don't even put a light on that. As y'all can see, the franchise is in the building.
Whoa.
Now, giving, as you came in, would you care to add or anything of a thought to anything you just heard, sir?
I mean, look, all I'm saying is we got our two quarterbacks. We got our starting quarterback and we got our backup for the future. What's the problem? I mean, last time I checked, this is the best quarterback room we've had in it's been some years, maybe decades.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this type of quarterback room in a long time here. Let alone, I mean, I'm not even just talking about the starting quarterback. We talking about the backup and the backup's backup. That whole quarterback room got us set up for 10, 15 years down the road. When Sam, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
What do Falcons fans always complaining about? That we don't they always say that we're not winning?
And and again, I'm generalizing, so don't take it as me taking a shot at your point about whatever. Okay, but they all say they want to win. They all say they want to ring. They all say tired of losing. But then we start doing things of a common sense nature, efficient nature, of a executive decision, towards what I'm saying, the dub. It ain't the right one because it ain't who you want. You know what I'm saying? Look. About whatever. Yeah, I wore that crown proudly as a Ryanite. Sure did. It didn't hurt my feelings.
I sure did. Me too.
It didn't hurt my feelings. Matter of fact, I claim myself to be the president of that fan club. Be quite
Vice
honest.
President. Vice President right here.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I've been a fan of this team since June Jones, my guy. I'm down with you. I'm down with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with you. I've seen, and I'm quite sure you have too, the worst of the worst.
Mm.
I mean, from bad ownership to unnecessary coaching changes to possibly one of the worst draft picks ever in NFL history. To Chris Miller being the quarterback for 6 years because he was screwing Rankin Smith's daughter. I'm just, yeah, done seen it, done been there, done that. You want to talk about the hypocrisy of the difference in color? Rankin Smith was it. Okay. See, I'm saying The worst thing, and it wasn't even a drug epidemic that happened to this city. The worst thing that happened to this city was, you might well call him a drug, was Michael Vick.
In the vein.
Yeah. Mainstream, mainline, brain fried in creation of the epidemic as known as Vickitis.
Yep.
Now you got the majority of this fan base. They talk about wanting to win, but they talk more about wanting to be entertained or excited. They want to relive the Vic experience. What experience? I ask you, what experience? What experience? Huh?
I thought that was a riot.
Wait a minute, and then you get stuff out of some of these fans. Man, it was like Freaknik around there got Vic was quarterback. But what did he do? Did he bring a Lombardi to Atlanta? Mm-mm. But he put the playbook in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these fools out here chasing this, you know what I'm saying, field of dreams. There's video documented evidence that this cat can't and probably won't ever learn how to be a real NFL quarterback in this league. Understand something, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Fields is on his last. When I say last, bro, he got 1 foot on the practice squad and 1 foot out the exit door. And if his mindset of it, especially any of the things of the stories that came out of Chicago that he was up there doing, and you think that mentality is gonna roll in Pittsburgh? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not with that fan base.
This organization has been to 3 NFC championship games, 2 Super Bowls. No, I'm sorry, 4. 4 NFC championship games.
4.
Okay. And 2 Super Bowls. Now, in both of those Super Bowls, 98, Chris Chandler, 2016, Matt Ryan. Matt should have been the 2 Super Bowls. But I digress about 2012. The man that y'all put the crown of the city, you know what I'm saying, on Michael Vick, 2004, 2005 NFC Championship game. It's funny. None of you all bring that game up. But y'all like trying to retell the doggone Lambeau story, though. You like to retell the Lambeau story. Try to rewrite history. Michael Vick took over. They know the hell he didn't. Stop telling lies.
That's a lie.
Stop telling lies.
Bold face.
You study trying to rewrite history to elevate this man, elevate Mr. Playbook in the trunk. But you have no interest in elevating the ones that actually got us close to the mountaintop. Now here we are in 2024, and really tell the truth, we really in the same situation with, you know what I'm saying, Dirty Kirk. You know, is the word Mike Ryan. I mean, you don't think it was probable of dropping a veteran quarterback that has seen it, has playoff experience in that gap, into a position where a quarterback is needed. And y'all, instead of you know what I'm saying, rallying around the squad and being ready for what Kirk Cousins brings to the squad. Oh no, y'all rather have the first round pick Well, 90 million etched in stone said he would not be starting. Y'all got this man every week he's trending. Y'all blow up the internet on every little thing he do. Oh, but then we start making light of it. Oh, now all of a sudden we trying to keep the black man down. Why are we poking fun? See, that's when you try to be, you know what I'm saying, or we can't see the forest for the trees. Again, go to a dictionary, Webster's more than most likely, and look up satire and sarcasm. And then after you do that, and while you're thinking, I'm gonna hold up a mirror one more again and turn it around and show it to you, because that's exactly what we did Friday night. Put the mirror up and showed y'all what y'all sounded like.
Sure did.
It's not 1950. It's not 1960. It's not even 1970. Okay? Huh. It's 2024. It's 2024. You know, I hear them screaming this all black everything. Why? Why can't we just have a quarterback? Why can't we have a quarterback that can competently play the position? Why can't we just have that? Why is it, you know what I'm saying? Why is it got to be all about the black? Somebody help me understand that. I mean, it is so much history at the quarterback position that, and things have been playing. I mean, and y'all talk this noise, but I ain't never heard most of y'all be out here on that foolishness. Right? I mean, you want to talk about the black excellence at quarterback, why don't I ever hear y'all talking about Doug Williams or Rowan Moon, Randall Cunningham? Why is that? Huh? Why is that? Y'all so worried about black excellence, but you don't talk about black history in NFL. Let alone here. I mean, if you're gonna be a black ambassador, don't half-ass it. Because you got to know the history. You got to know the history. And some of y'all just don't know the history, let alone be able to spell history. I mean, you want to be this black that. Do you shop everything black when you go, getting up for your merchandise to take to your home or in your life or whatever? Are you banking at a black bank? Are you going to a black-owned convenience store or a gas station or department store? Are you? Why you try to try to flip the script and come at us? You know what I'm saying, for pointing out something of a very humorous yet ignorant nature. That boy dropped a freestyle, man, and broke the internet. Oh, he got 16 balls. He definitely be the quarterback. He definitely could start next. Man, stop playing. Stop playing, man. But then you want somebody to take your opinion seriously when you come out with this fake black ambassador wannabe joke that you hit send on. We need real football players. We need serious football players. Understand what I'm saying? You hear it? Real and serious. It's not a color in that description. We need football players. Why can't it be that? Why can't it be that? And me take a time out for this and say hello to everybody. Mr. White was in the pole position. Oh, I'm sorry about the start and restart. Yeah, at little something to come up. About whatever. What's good? What's good? What's good? Georgia takes the boy. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Hey, Auntie. Uh. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, okay. Mm. Let's see. About whatever says Justin Fields is worse than Russell because he should have never went pro. He just sucks. Russell could play. He just ain't give a fuck and ate his way out the NFL. Oh, you talking about Jamarcus Russell? Fields NFL. Fields can't play his way out. He gonna yeah. He gonna play. He's gonna not play his way out the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And as y'all can see, the senator has waltzed into the building. But yeah, I'm really over the fake black ambassador bull crap that goes on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, y'all spend so much time. Matt Ryan donated $45 million worth of his own hard working money to this city. Y'all don't talk about that. You see hear more conversation about Mike Vick being in T.I. video, in Mystical video. Y'all don't talk about football. Then when y'all do talk about Mike Vick on the field, what do y'all try to bring up? Lambeau, but you don't talk about the Philly game, though. You don't talk about the Philly game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's an immature and unintelligent mindset when you try to rewrite history to make a culture feel on the rise. You try to rewrite history. How can you rewrite that? You cannot rewrite what happened in Philadelphia. Y'all want to, try to dig up these you know what I'm saying, of color quarterbacks. But then you don't talk about the history of it. You don't hear nobody talking about Warren Moon or Randall Cunningham or Doug Williams that won a Super Bowl. The money has an etched in stone. This young man will not see the field. Why is he trending every week? You go out of your way. You showed your entire true color about Deshaun Watson, willing to accept that crap. But yet you can't find it in your own, some of y'all geniuses' mind to even remotely say something intelligent or let alone, some congratulatory about one Matt Ryan who spent 14 years here. And brought us to places that we hadn't been. Except 98. This man redid the YMCA's in Atlanta. You don't talk about that.
Let me, because I mean we've been down that road, Sam. Let me talk about
Go ahead.
Like,
Go ahead.
because like you saying that over and over again, like we heard you say that, but the thing is where AFN and our mindset is, we want to talk about everything. All right, we can sit up here and talk about Lambeau Field and all that type of stuff. All right, and this is where we say time and time again, he's done good, he's done bad. as is every quarterback. Matt Ryan ain't perfect. He's a Hall of Famer, but we saw him throw 5 interceptions in the game. That's really bad. And this is where the finger pointing gets pointed at everybody. All right. It gets pointed at. I've seen games where Matt Ryan should have thrown the ball, but he held on it like he held on too long and ended up getting sacked. And the Pittsburgh game is a perfect example of that. And this is why we have conversations like this, because he held on to the ball because one, our offensive line was horrible that game. So this is why like Sam gets upset is because we only focus on the good things. We don't focus on the bad things. And this is for Matt Ryan supporters too. Because no, Matt Ryan supporters, when do we hear Matt Ryan supporters say, man, Matt Ryan threw 5 interceptions in the game? When do we hear about Peyton Manning leading like he holds a rookie record for the most interceptions in the game?
I think I might have been the last person to say that. It's just the natural inclination of the fan is to talk about all the positive things. And this is why Right.
AFN is unpopular, is because we want to talk about everything in its entirety and not just, oh, how bad Vic was, how stupid his fans are. We got some Vic fans that are like incredibly intelligent. For one, y'all see him every day. Y'all subscribe to his channel. He became a Falcon fan because of Mike Vick, and that's Jew Talk Sports. Not all of them not all of Mike Vick fans are bad. Most of them are just plain up ignorant. Everybody knows that our left guard. If you didn't know, now you know, nigga. Your boy Matthew Bergeron was a Mike Vick fan. Michael Penix was a Mike Vick fan. A lot of his fans aren't stupid. And that's the thing that I want. Because saying we could do the Mike Vick fans thing stupid, but what is that really gonna get us? That shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. We're gonna be saying the same stuff over and over again. So we want to talk about how good Doug Williams really is. That's why we having that show tonight. And Sam, I don't know if you mentioned it, but that's why we having this show tonight. It's to talk about the good and the bad. Both fan bases, Matt Ryan and Mike Vick supporters get carried away with the I've seen Matt Ryan do some dumb crap in games. The way anybody say Mad Mike is not a Matt Ryan supporter, nope. I got several videos. Y'all would just go and search on my channel and just say Mad Mike, Matt Ryan videos. All of them will come up. Just go to YouTube and say Mad Mike, Matt Ryan. Put it in just like that, and I guarantee you'll see all of my Matt Ryan videos, and you'll see all the conversations. We've had so many conversations about good and bad about Matt Ryan, and good and bad about Mike Vick. Go ahead.
I got a question. Didn't we only score 2 points in the playoff game?
2 points.
Against the Giants.
Yes.
So it goes both ways. Yeah.
It goes. That's what I'm saying. So I don't want to make it seem like we just hate Vic and we just it's all about. No, it's more so what Sam talking about. And correct me if I'm wrong, Sam. It's more so that Vic fans don't want to embrace the bad. They only want to focus on the good. Just like Matt Ryan fans.
Oh, trust and believe. Just like you, Mike. I mean, there was sometimes I caught myself saying, "All right, Matt, you're making it hard for me to defend you." You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe. Trust me. I was firmly with the seatbelt on the Matt Ryan roller coaster. Yes. Presidents and #1 fan in the Ryan Knight fan club. Yes, owns it. You know, the one narrative point of it all is just we got to come to an understanding of the fact that the quarterback position is not the only position on the field. It is not. Because nothing works if the offense and defensive lines are not working. Nothing works if guys can't run routes or find the right holes to run to, or you know what I'm saying, or know how to pick up all of that. All of that.
Got receivers
All of that.
each other.
You know what I'm saying? Like K Styles was talking on for a few weeks about special teams. We guys in for, you know what I'm saying, special team usage. We signed Cordell Hines just for special teams. You know, I'm just saying there's much more to talk, and it like Mike said, it bothers me, it angers me, you know what I'm saying, because it is so much other stuff to talk about. So much. You know, Grady is seeming to start to get ahead of the curve a little bit on his rehab. You know what I'm saying? Word is Troy's in the facility throwing weights around, you know what I'm saying, like it's cotton candy. Ain't nobody talking about them. I mean, Taquan Graham could take a whole nother step in his progress getting back to what he was before the knee injury. Ain't nobody talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Well, our defensive draft alone is dialogue worthy.
That's the thing, Sam. We talking about content creators. We talking about people that's putting out the content. A lot of fans have those questions, but when you look in the news, let me just see if I can. And this is a channel that I watch, and I'm gonna just go down the line. So go ahead, Sam. Let me just pull it up.
Yeah, you know, look, what we try to do over here is give a big picture understanding, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with the teams that we represent. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, you know, relegated to one specific area. We try to cover it all. When it comes to these Dirty Birds, when it comes to these Hawks, when it comes to these Braves, when it comes to the soccer team, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to this, we try to cover it all. You know, to give y'all answers to your questions, to give y'all, you know what I'm saying, dialogue in some things that you may not have seen or knew. You got some out here that, you know, can't find an original bone in their body to save their life, that would rather be right, would rather prove us wrong than be right. You know, I'm just saying. You know, speaking of Brave, and what's the word on Brave?
You got talking about. This, let me just give you a couple of videos that, like I said, this is Locked on Falcon. I watch it, but when we talk about the conversation that we need to be talking about, it's like they don't talk about anything else, is whether or not AJ Terrell is going to reset the cornerback market. The foundation for success with the Atlanta Falcons, and on that particular video is Raheem. And you got Zach Robinson and Kirk Cousins. Another video where it's Michael Penix, Zach Robinson, and Kirk Cousins. Another video, Raheem Morris, and you have a guy in the back is Grady Jarrett, Jimmy Lake. So you don't hear conversations about guys like Taquan Graham. You don't hear conversations about, you know, the guys like Andre Ebiketie. We don't hear shows about Clark Phillips. Like, these are very good. When the last time have you guys seen anybody talk about Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson? The last video that I saw of Falcons um, not even a Falcon content creator, but he's a content creator on here. And Jackson, I'm going blank on his name right now,
Tony
but he
Jackson.
does no. He does video. Jackson Kruger. He does a
Oh,
breakdown on video. So he does a lot of film breakdown. And yesterday, he put out videos on Bijan Robinson. He's not even a Falcon fan, but he's
mm,
doing content on guys like Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitt. Like these people within our own fan base are not even talk about. They're
right,
talking about everything. Like you said, they talking about the same shit every day. It's Kyle. It's Kyle. It's Raheem Morris. Can he get the job done? Is Kirk Cousins? Can he get the job done? Is Michael Penix when he gonna be in favor to get the job? It's the same conversations over and over and over again. All right, and we need to know about what Grady Jarrett. We need to know about David Onyemata. I had a whole live today. That's why I wanted to do that live today, is to talk about
mm,
everybody and everything. We literally just did last night with K Styles. We went over DeMarco Hillams. We went over Clark Phillips. When was the last
right,
time y'all seen them do a whole film break, a whole breakdown on those types of guys? We, for the most part, I'm not saying we the only ones, but we do thorough Jew Talk Sports. You go to his channel, this dude he go down the roster doing videos on all of the guys. And this is what we do. And we're gonna do that again on Saturday with Coach, and Big Ant gonna be there right there with me. Okay, if I don't
yeah,
have to fit in for the Atlanta Sports Unlimited crew, I'll be right there with them breaking it down. Me and Sam, Sam, and
mm,
Coach. We gonna be there. We gonna be there. So, like I said, that's what we want. We want to bring information about the team in its entirety and not focus on just the Atlanta Falcons. So my
right.
bad, Sam.
Well,
Not just the
it's
big
all
time
good.
guy.
I just want to add one thing to it. I said this on Monday, and I'm gonna keep saying, look, people in the chat, those that watch us, what I'm saying. I mean, me myself, uh, look, if you got something that you want to be a topic, send it in the comment section. Send it to my channel. Yeah, I know y'all do it with Mike all the time. I'm trying to add to that. Okay, you want to hear me talk about something? Me and Ant talk about something. On any one of these. So send it to me. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're trying to do here. Expand the knowledge that's supposed to be given out, broadcasted out, dialogue out. This is the mission. You know what I'm saying? It's not a plan to, put something out that look like a circus. No, man. It's a network, bro. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, just if you have something that might be sticking with you, and you think that we can expound on it, send it in. You know what I'm saying? Drop it in the comments section. Drop it on. You know what I'm saying? Man, my network, OGN TV. You know what I'm saying? Hit the franchise up on Twitter. You know what
Uh,
I'm
this
saying?
this is not true whatsoever. This right here is not
Yeah,
true.
I was going. Yeah,
That's not
I
true because I see guys that talk about it on other platforms and they get hella views just on this exact. See, it's the that's this is the thing. It's like these they don't talk about it is because they don't talk about
Mm-mm.
it. That's why you see they quote unquote they don't get views. That's not true. We had a whole the heavy hitters like I said, we get big numbers over there when we talk about everything, and we don't focus on the quarterback. We go like even on Atlanta Falcon Nation, we do some damn good numbers over there. They get views. The
Man,
thing
man,
is,
my biggest show to date was about defense.
hmm
You know, and just that's just saying it.
you give it If you give people the content, they will watch. If you actually
Yeah,
good at what you do, and you're not a
yeah,
fucking mush mouth, and you can
exactly.
actually speak properly, and you
That's
can
it.
give people the numbers and the facts and the stats and the truth, and not make up bullshit,
That
Right.
shouldn't matter.
they're gonna respect
Yeah,
you.
this shouldn't matter. If you know
Mm-mm,
what the hell you talking about, that shouldn't matter.
mm-mm. People don't speak on no
I
thing
mean,
because they don't know what the fuck they talking about. That's why you.
right.
That's why there's a misconception that those guys don't get views. They don't get views because them people don't know what the fuck they talk about. They not putting out the truth.
I mean, do y'all get such topics and shows like what I did with Starback and Troy Aikman, or the Reggie White, Aaron Donald thing? Do you get that anywhere else? You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to create dialogue. Something that's going to lead you into multiple discussions. And I just that was just something just from sitting around and talking to Kev and Mike that rolled into my mind. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's about the immerse information, factual numbers, factual topics, not emotional
People love truth.
nothingness.
People love truth. People love facts. People love the stats. A lot of people don't have the time, and I know a lot of y'all in it because I have to find time to actually look up stats and numbers and all that. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
problem. A lot of these
Yeah.
content creators don't spend time actually doing their research.
Nope.
So they look for screenshots on Facebook group or a screenshot on Twitter or something like that. They don't do their research. It's funny that you wrote that right. But they don't do their research. They just get out there and say. So the easiest and the most simple way to try to act like you got some common sense or you know what you're talking about is to talk about all the shit that everybody else is talking about, which is Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. It's because they don't know nothing else.
Right.
People love facts. People love stats. If motherfuckers sit around, let me make it for example. I I saw and I see this guy all the time on on Twitter, and y'all probably seen his videos too. And his name is Brian Baldinger.
Right.
This dude will pick out anybody from college, NFL, somebody that you never heard of, and he'll do a thorough
Mm-hmm.
breakdown on them. And a lot of
Yep.
them, nobody know who the hell they are. Nobody didn't know who no Braylon Trice was. Keep it real, Falcons fan. Nobody knew who he was. But that
Nope.
man did a whole he did a whole thorough breakdown on his skills and and what the Atlanta Falcons were getting. It got views. So it ain't even the fact that it's like those guys ain't would get views. Is that the people that have the big time platforms, they don't do their research, so you're not gonna know nothing about them. They don't want to do it. They talk about what they know.
Yep.
Top
That
billing
they
is
do.
another one. Top
Yeah,
billing is
that
another
yeah,
one. I
top
love
billing.
top
Yeah,
billing.
I love
Mhm.
him.
They do breakdowns on all types of players and not just the same two people over and over and over again.
Right.
And they get a hell of a lot of views on guys you never even heard of. That's kind of how I found out who Tyler Algier was. I think I was watching Top Billing or Jackson Kruger, one of them. Obviously with K Styles, I think Big Ant them
It,
kind of
it,
introduced me to them. But like,
it
there's a
was
lot of
me and
players that
K
I didn't.
Styles because I had caught a couple of games saying in his sophomore year at Utah,
Mm-hmm.
and when they picked him, I was like, yeah, we got a good one. We got a good one. And see, it's an easy process, especially when it comes to watching the game. You watch college football, you're gonna already have a rap sheet of things. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching college football when they get to the pros, instead of waiting for the offseason to come and listen to Mel Kiper tell lies.
Yeah, that boy loves to lie. I love the way you lie.
What he need to do is tell the truth about that wig he wears. That's what he need to do.
That man said, watch out for white handlers. Like all of them ain't white. He said full white hammer, Nate Bertrand. They are, I'm look, both of them. You got Nate Lamont is from the motherland. That's what y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's from the
Uh-huh.
motherland.
He one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's from Africa, y'all. He's from South
Yes,
Africa.
he is.
So he's from the
Bet
motherland. The
y'all didn't
motherland.
know what
And
Kate Nellis was made of.
yeah. Y'all need to do y'all research on Caden also. If you just look at him, you can tell he ain't, that. So they may give the appearance of such, but yeah. But nonetheless, we got 4 good linebackers for sure.
5.
5.
That linebacker room is loaded, bro. It's loaded, and I think the young kid, the draft pick from Notre Dame, the linebacker from Notre Dame, that boy he's good.
Mr. J.D. Bertrand. Yeah.
Captain America.
And see, note Lemon's nickname Whitehammer was his.
I mean, get it, but he ain't. Look, he's not just white. I'm saying
Right.
he is from the motherland. That dude got some of everything in him. Caden also. Everybody need to look at his dad. Just do research on Caden Ellis' dad.
Right. Yup. And see, I started out on the Kirk thing, because of something that I saw on Facebook on yesterday.
Mr. Georgia, Texas boy, you need to do your genealogy. You need to do a little bit more research. All right. White people in Africa are still black.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna need you to go back to school, sir. Go back to school.
George Texas boy, don't come here with that foolishness today.
That man said,
"Don't you do it?"
Yeah, you. I mean, you need to go look. You got people that they literally have different. They literally have different skin shades in South Africa, and in Africa, even if you look at North, South. That's why you got different. You have different skin textures. That's even in Africa, and I'm talking about like in Sudan and whatnot. You got really light people. So yeah, no, that's not what you said. You said that you don't try. Look, you can be white from South Africa. No, that's not. That's not. That you said white, and white is white. Okay. What you said, what you probably meant was he look white. Okay, they look white. That's what you meant.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all,
A lot of people look white. You got. Look, trust me. There's a lot of people that look white, and then you look at him like, damn, you ain't white.
Right.
I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna pose a question to the chat as well, but most notably this one to you, Mike. With the trip to Tampa with the unit by Kirk, do you think that there would be any specific what's the word I want to use? progressions that comes from that.
I ain't hear shit you said. I heard Kirk Cousins. Do you think as far
from him taking the unit down, you know
I
what I'm saying, the Tampa, do what positive
yeah,
effects do you
I
see
heard
coming
you.
from that?
I didn't comprehend it. Yeah, I think it's gonna impact Kyle Pitts more than anybody. I told you he's not a guy on his own will power.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I'm not saying that he doesn't try. I'm not saying that at all. But some people need that extra oomph.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts is that guy that needs that extra oomph. And you can kind of see it. He needs to be led. He needs to be, I wouldn't say led, but he needs to be amped up. And you obviously when you got a guy like Matt Ryan, he's like, look, no, run this route, man. You killing this dude on this route. Do this every time. That's what he needs. And that's what he's getting
Yeah.
from Kirk Cousins. He's getting that. He's getting the leader because Tony Gonzalez. I know we know that infamous clip where Matt Ryan said, "Stop bullshitting, don't
Can't get
bullshit,
there.
get to the spot." And then
Mm-hmm.
Tony Gonzalez turned around. He said, "Look, I ain't even got to say nothing. He just tell me what to do." That's Kyle
Right.
Pitts. Kyle Pitts is he needs to be led, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay,
Right.
that's just great chemistry. That's
Mm-hmm.
what great chemistry is with your. Sometimes you look like for me, for example, certain shit. As far as like my mentality, and Sam is a lot like me. Maybe it's a Pisces thing or Gemini. Gemini's are like that also. Um, is that we fire off right off the bat. Just
Right.
like once you pissed off, it's just like straight heat. And I'm not thinking when I'm
You might
mad.
well,
I'm like
you
I'm
might as well wait for me to empty the tank.
right.
You might as
That's
well.
it. Once you
Yep.
mad, you mad. It ain't look.
Yep.
It ain't no turn. It ain't no off
No,
button.
no gray area.
Right.
No. So, and some
Clear the
Leos are
room.
like that too. Some Leos are like that
Yeah.
also.
Oh, trust me.
Leos are like that. Some Leos are like that too.
You
But
better
once you
clear the
mad, you
room.
mad. All right.
Clear
So
the room.
like for me, I always like, all right, man, am I fucking tripping? Like, actually, I always go to Sam. I always go to them. I'm like, hey, bro, am I tripping? Because I think this motherfucker playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
think somebody playing with me. So I ask a question first. That's what Kyle Pitts needs. He needs somebody to go, an older guy that's been well versed and been in the league. He's been there and done that. That's why we got OGs. The OGs been
Yeah.
there and done that. So you go to them for advice. I go to Sam for
Yeah.
advice all the time.
Yeah.
I go to
Let me
Sam and
ask you a
Sunset
second
for advice
question,
all the time.
and let me ask you a second question, and I want you to give an answer to this as well, because everybody knows, me and Mike are kind of sort of on the opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to Kyle Pitts a little bit. Um, do you think that a position change would be necessary? And before you answer, I'm asking that question, kind of sort of based off something that you said on yesterday, in being play calling situations for him, so to speak. Do you feel like a position change for him would be necessary?
Uh, I mean, now that you have a quarterback that can get him the ball in spots that he wants the ball and needs the ball. I don't think you know you really need to you know switch positions, but it could enhance his development as a route runner.
His position is football anyway, so he's not gonna be in the same positions anyway. So it's like that. Like that's why I say when you got a quarterback, like to be honest, I tell people all the time, Julio Jones was really our tight end. They use him in the middle of the field. If you go look at like, especially go look at that game against Carolina, he was
Yeah.
destroying them across the middle. He was
Yeah,
killing them
he
across the middle.
was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I tell people all the time, if you just look at how the Atlanta Falcons use him, like even if you look at Puka, they use him like in the middle of the field. So he was essentially being used like a tight end without the body. So Kyle Pitts is the same thing. For whatever reason, they wanted to put him on the boundaries and throw the ball deep with Kyle Pitts and have him run street routes. For whatever reason, he completely changed his game.
Yeah.
So he need to go back to using him like a tight end.
Okay.
So he's going to be all over the field. So most of the big time weapons in the NFL, if you're Julio Jones, if you're a Larry Fitzgerald, if you're a Nuke, like you're going to be used all over the field anyway. So I don't think a position change is necessary. I think what is necessary, Sam, is probably
Yeah.
how the offensive coordinator uses him, where you use him, moving him
Mm-hmm.
around. I think that's more so the like
That's a great point.
right. So a position ain't necessary. Position change ain't necessary. Who the fuck is Jalen? Who the hell is Jaden? Somebody know who that is? Jalen
I was just
S.E.
I was just reading it. I was trying to piece it together
Hold
to
on.
make sure I'm understanding it right. It sounds
Hold
like undrafted free agent Jalen.
on.
What
Hold on.
what position he played? I don't know, Floyd. You might have to retype that. You know what I'm saying, to get specific so we can understand that question.
Is it Jaden? Hold on. Motherfucker, I know you ain't talking about Jaden Mayfield.
Well, you know,
Jalen Maiden, is that who we talking about? I don't know. Hold on.
Jalen, Jalen, is it Jalen? Yeah, Jalen something or another. Well, as far as I mean, like I said, everybody, if you paid any attention over the last few weeks, last 5 or 6 weeks, so you know what me and Mike stand on the unicorn, the almost unicorn.
It ain't no almost. It ain't no almost. He is a unicorn, but the thing is, what Sam is, what I agree is that he has to prove that on a consistent basis. Because if you look at his skill set, there's not a lot of guys that can do what he doing. So I think people get shit twisted when you give him a name. Like people just say, "All right, he's a unicorn," and he's just some of the greatest of all time. That's what people equate for. That's what people know. Like most people say when they say, "Oh, he's a unicorn," he's gonna be the greatest tight end of all tight end weapon of all time. Like, no, he's not. When you talk about him being a unicorn and what Tony Gonzalez, I'm telling you what Tony Gonzalez said about him. What he can do inside, running routes, catch the ball, go up to get it. Like this dude runs. He's 6'6" and he runs a 4.4. You don't see many guys in the game that can do what he does as far as his skill set is concerned. But his skill set says that he's a unicorn. But his production on the field says otherwise. And that's where Sam is coming from.
Yes.
So it's like, that's why I say I don't disagree with you saying, but I disagree with what you're saying because people are getting the two things twisted.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can kind of sort of use the two things to be right at the same time, sort of feel in this situation. I mean, because like I'm me being old school, you know what I'm saying, and one of my all-time favorite tight ends ever, Mark Bavaro, you know what I mean? And and then to see the modern day, what I call the modern day version of Mark Rivera, which was Grunt to me. The closest thing I've seen to that, has been Grunt. And that's the Tony Gonzalez, the Antonio Gateses, the George Kittles and the Kelseys of the world, and this guy has a physical, athletic set of talent that I feel like he could do all of that. And I've been trying to, that's been the thing that I've been sticking with, and yeah, there's a whole lot of validity to what he actually does great. That's why I asked that question about a position switch, to receiver. I just feel like that just being able to getting all the skills of a tight end down to a science would make him what somebody gave him of a nickname as. That's just my perception of the situation known as Kyle Pitts.
But that's what people get words misconstrued. Everybody always say because guys got great skills that they generational talent. No, you're not a generational talent. That means you just have terrific skills. Okay? That just means you're skilled. And that's the same thing I say about guys like Justin Fields. Yeah, you just got good skills. You can run fast. You're a big guy that at that particular size that runs about a 4.4. He can throw the ball 60, 70 yards with ease. And people equate that to being a generational talent. No, a generational talent is all about production. Just because you have terrific skills don't actually mean, just because you break a record that Mike Vick could have easily destroyed if he wanted to. Let's keep that real. Randall Cunningham, Steve Young, they could have easily broke that rushing record that Cam Newton holds. They could have easily did that. But guess what they did? They wanted to actually be quarterback.
Yeah, let's keep that a buck. The thing about it is Randall Cunningham was, he his athletic ability, was there, but he expounded on his quarterback skills. Yeah, he could have easily, set the quarterback rushing record out of touch. He could have easily done that. But and then like I said, the same thing, with Doug Williams, who won a Super Bowl. Okay. I think that didn't Doug throw what, 5 touchdowns in that Super Bowl? I think it was 4 or 5. But when you have expectations, when you have the abilities, when you have a skill set, when you have the talent, expectations come with that.
And that's where the production and people use, because they got great skills, they just say, yeah, I've never seen anything like this. Yeah, you probably haven't, but that don't mean he's gonna actually be good.
I think I'm about to say something crazy. I think we've seen the prototype of Kyle Pitts, and he was once the receiver for the Detroit Lions.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say that's the thing. That's why I said we've seen these types of things before, and use him just like. And I said that a long time ago when a few years back, that he was essentially Calvin Johnson. And like I said, even with Calvin Johnson, we've seen Calvin Johnson before. We've seen Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka was the prototype before all this shit. Like he was a wide receiver and a tight end body.
Yeah, we saw, Calvin Johnson because a lot of people don't remember the old school receiver from the Philadelphia Eagles, Harold Carmichael.
We seen, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
we've seen these types of guys before, but like I said, a lot of these guys that didn't run a 4.4 like Kyle Pitts. So that's the Calvin Johnson and
Right.
Kyle Pitts is pretty much the exact same type of player, to be honest. One guy just a
Uh-huh.
little, just got a little bit more speed than the other, and that's Calvin. And he's a lot more productive, obviously, than him. But we've seen that, but we've seen this before. I tell people all the time, the thing is we always talk about we never seen, a player like Von Miller before. Like, yes, we have. Derek Thomas, we keep on going on and on. We don't see these players. Like we don't
Yeah.
seen the we've seen the Gronkowski before. We've seen Gronkowski before. We've seen
What some of you young people, some of you younger people should go and dig up, NFL films, spot and just go through that whole series. Go through that. NFL films will give you a lot of NFL history. You know what I'm saying?
Tucker Fish got cut. Tucker Fish is not on the team. I think he got cut for injury. It was an injury cut, so he's not on the team.
I mean, I think a lot of you all could learn a lot, especially from the 80s era. Late 70s through the 80s era of, how teams were prepared, how teams were made, how teams were put together, how players were developed, especially a lot of y'all who's on the whole, we ain't got time for development. Go look up and trust me, you will find out what the NFL was built on was player development, my guy. And look up some of your favorite people too. The player development thing it's a real thing. It's a real thing. There were some. I remember Charlie Joyner, old school receiver, used to play for the San Diego Chargers back in the day with Dan Fouts. Matter of fact, he was on that. He was on that playoff team with him and Kellen Winslow. That playoff game with the Dolphins with that hook and
senior. We got to say that, Sam. We got to say senior. Okay.
Yeah. Kellen Winslow Senior. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. We got young folks running around here. They don't know that some of these players had dads.
Yeah, they'll probably end up Kellen Winslow Jr. and be like, nah, you don't want to look that dude up.
No. But we have to get better at researching things, people. We have to get better, at understanding that research as well.
That's why I laugh at people when they say that the spread offense is new. It's like spread offense isn't new.
No,
they was doing that with Sammy Ball. They was doing that shit with Sammy Ball, spreading guys, spreading teams out and throwing the ball. The spread offense is not new.
Yeah, and just in case, you might need to look up something, a little further closer up in history to see the Houston Oilers, aka
and
Tennessee
the Atlanta
Titans,
Falcons,
and the Atlanta Falcons on that run and shoot offense. Stop playing.
So, like the spread offense has been in the league. It's been a part of football for decades, damn near a century. If not, I think it has been a century. It has been a century.
Super Bowls. Jim Kelly, the K gun with that spread off, that version of the spread offense went to 4 straight Super Bowls. Come on, people. We got to understand. You got to understand, scheme history as well.
That's why I laugh at people when you say the football, man. This is new stuff. Who told y'all this? This ain't new. So yeah, we I need to get something to eat, Sam. My phone about to
Yeah,
die, so you go.
yeah. I was getting ready to. I was getting ready to
Hey
close it
man, we
out. You know what
well,
I'm
look,
saying?
y'all about to get a history lesson. Stay tuned for the
Right.
night. So we're gonna go, y'all. Yeah, stay tuned for the night. We're gonna go deep
Yeah,
and we're
we
gonna
all.
go
I think
deeper
all
into
of us
this.
in here will be present for tonight. You know what I'm saying? It is lunchtime and what's not. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that today's episode of the Madness, High Noon Madness, gave you a good nutritionist plate of information and dialogue. I appreciate the senator for joining us in this particular episode. And once again, I appreciate you all for joining, watching, dialoguing, you know what I'm saying, asking questions, you know what I'm saying, answering questions, being involved. I appreciate it. I love you all for it. You know what I'm saying? We do this because we love to do it. That's our mission because we love to do it. Okay. So when we get y'all, you know what I'm saying, excited and then you feel good about the info, that's good for us. So, like the senator said, we're gonna be in attendance tonight. You know what I'm saying? And we got an encyclopedia of history that's gonna drop on your head. So, crack your skull open and ready for this knowledge. But as of High Noon Madness, it's down, it's done. It is. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it real, you got to keep it dirty, you got to keep it A. For the senator and the franchise, OG Big Sam, we'll holler at you, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your Friday.
Deuces.